Dear students, so today we are here to discuss about the second chapter of 6th class subject science, that is components of food. So in the last chapter we got so much information about the food, that whatever food have, whatever the raw material is needed for our food, and what are the sources of that particular food. And now we are going more deep in that food. What is that food made up of? That is made up of few components. So as here you are able to see in the blackboard that whatever food we eat, if it is chapati, if it is any kind of pulses, so many cereals, so many milk products, rice, and whatever the category of food, every food category that its basic component have these basic 5 nutrients which you can see here. One is carbohydrate, other is fats, then is protein, then is vitamins, and then are minerals. And along with these basic components, some additional food items, some additional substances are also needed in that food, that is roughage and water. Roughage we cannot digest, it is indigestible, it is only used to make food bolus. And water, we know better that it is also necessary for the process of digestion. Now about these all components, whatever is the function of that particular food component, we will study about that in the later chapter. And first of all, we have to perform few activities like carbohydrate that contains starch, and starch is one of the complex sugar that is indigestible directly, and this starch have to be converted into a digestible form, and that's possible only by a few of the enzymes present in our body. And now we have to be known about the particular food item that contain this starch, and for the presence of starch we have to perform one test, one activity. Simply took one potato and cut it from the center, and you have to take iodine solution, put few drops of iodine solution on the cut part of potato. What you will observe that in the cut part of potato where iodine drops, the color of that part converts into blue or black color. The color of that cut part converts into blue or black. So if the color appears like this, it means that food item contain starch. The similar activity we can perform on few other food items, and regarding that we will study in the later part of this chapter also. So second activity we have to perform, that is test for the protein, for the presence of protein in our food. We have to take one food item which contain protein, and that is milk. We have to take one test tube, and almost 1/3 of the part of the test tube should be filled by milk, and then we have to add almost 2 drops of copper sulfate solution, and few drops, almost 10, we have to add that of caustic soda. And what we observe, the color of the milk that was white in initial, but it changes to violet color, and this violet color indicates that that milk contains protein. And similarly we can perform this same experiment with other food items, and if violet color appears in that particular food item, we can decide that that food item contains protein. Now we have to perform the activity for the test of starch. Actually we are performing activities on these particular nutrients, carbohydrate, protein we did. Now we are going to perform fats. For this activity you have to take one blank paper from your notebook and rub that paper on your oily hairs, and after rubbing the paper become translucent, mean partially it become transparent. So that indicate that on which substance we rub paper that contain oil, that contain fat, and this is only possible with the help of that oily substances. So any oily substances put on paper that make that paper translucent, that means it's partially we can see on the other side of the paper from that oily surface. So this is for the test for starch, and all the tests should be conducted in the laboratory under proper care, and it's better if you see and if you learn, because these activities you have to perform in few of your practicals, as well as these activity can be answerable in your theory paper part also. So you have to learn its proper procedure, and whatever the material is added in particular activity, you have to be known about that. And now we are going for the next topic, that is what the tests we perform for particular nutrient, what that nutrient functions for our body. And every nutrient have its particular role, and that role we have to be known. Like from which food items we got carbohydrates. One you got here, that is potato, and so many others are there. So that is wheat, rice, maize, so many fruits like mango. Similarly sweet potato, sugarcane, papaya, all these food items, they contain carbohydrate. So we can test the presence of starch in that food items similarly by performing this test on all the various food items I told you regarding the carbohydrate category. Now about the carbohydrates, I will tell you about the fat substances also, the food items that contain fats, and there are many, like we know milk products like ghee, milk, butter, cream, it contains fat. Similarly, you know about mustard oil, you know about coconut oil, you know about soybean oil, and so many other substances like you know about sunflower oil. So all these categories, they contain fats. So some of the categories I have told you, they are plant products and some are animal products. So they gives us fat. So you got the substances, and for all test for fats, you can perform on all these oily substances and all these milk products I have told you. You can perform the same activity for that result also. And now we are I am telling you about both these categories, okay, what they perform, whether it's carbohydrate or fat. They are energy providing material for our body. Both the carbohydrates and fats, they provide energy to our body. Because we have to perform so many works, so we have to take lots of carbohydrate in our diet. Simplest example, when you eat chapati, you eat chapati more in amount than any other vegetable or any other substances that you eat in food. Similarly, when you are eating rice, you take its amount more than any other substances, any other vegetable or curd or whatever you eat with the rice. Because that food items provide us energy, and we have to perform so many activities, perform so many works, and to complete that work we need energy. And that's the reason that a laborer, they eat lots of carbohydrate for their diet. But fat should be in a requirable amount. Fat should not be more, because if we are taking more fat in our diet, we will become obese. Obesity means motapa. That that problem can be created in our body, because fats its limited amount can be digestible in our body. But if we are taking fats in more, then we have so many problems in our body, heart problems and so many other problems that occur due to more intake of fats. So we have to take limited fats in our diet, but carbohydrates we can take its more amount, and that's they are energy providing food items. Similarly, I am telling you about the bodybuilding material that we need. You got knowledge about the carbohydrate and fats. Now I am telling you about the food items that contain protein. Actually, most of the items that you studied in fat category, they are also in protein category. The sources of the protein, they are some of the pulses, majority of the pulses, and so many beans, like you take pea, rajma, so many other beans. They contain protein in maximum amount. Soya bean is a good source of protein. Similarly, so many animal products are also good source of protein. If you know about meat, meat contains so much amount of protein. Milk contain protein, eggs contain protein, that cheese contain protein. Similarly, seafood like fish, it also contain majority of protein. Because these protein, they build our body, that's why they are necessary since our childhood. You know, when we are just born, and at that time we used to take milk of our mother, because that milk contains so much of protein. So that's the basic necessity, because we have to grow so rapidly. That's why we take the milk of the mother at that time. And when we become able to eat substances, then we started eating that substances in more amount that contain protein. That's why we are taking so much of pulses and so many vegetables. That's about for our body building. That's why you got the knowledge about proteins, that they build our body. Similarly, the next category of that nutrients, that is that provide protection to our body. Protection means that provide our protect our body from so many diseases. from so many health issues that protect our body. And the category of that nutrients that are vitamins and minerals, and their deficiency in the body that can create so many problems. So many vitamins are there: vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. Similarly, so many minerals are there which are present in our body: iodine, iron. They are the basic minerals that needed in our body. But minerals and vitamins, they are in limited amount. They cannot be in more amount in our body, because its requirable amount is enough for the body. That's why we take vitamins and minerals in limited amount in our body. They provide protection, and whatever protection they provide, we will study about that. We will study about so many diseases that created in our body, that we will study in the later part of this chapter. Now I am telling you about the next topic that belongs to this chapter, that is balanced diet. So what we tell about balanced diet? Balanced means something is in required amount, that much amount our body needs. So balanced diet, its simple definition is a diet that contain a requirable amount of all the nutrients present in our food. So whether it's carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamin, mineral, roughage or water. So every nutrient is needed in our body, but the amount that is different for every kind of nutrient. As I have already told you, that we take carbohydrate more in amount than fats. But if we take carbohydrate and fats in equal amount, then what can happen? It can create so many problems, because our body can digest only a requirable amount of fat that is needed for our body. Similarly, protein, vitamins and minerals, and some extra nutrients that roughage and water, they are also necessary for our body. That should be the part of our diet. What will happen if we kept on eating one kind of nutrient in our food on daily basis? Like if someone is taking fast food in more amount, he is taking it on daily basis, it means he is creating so many problems in his body. If so much spicy food, so much oily food like that fast foods are there, we kept on eating that on randomly on daily basis, the amount of fat that increase in our body, and that can create so many problems. Sometime we may have stone in our digestive system, in our gallbladder. And that gallbladder stone, the most common doctors, they tell the reason of this is, that is fast food eating. So we have to take fast food in limited amount, not on daily basis. We can take that fast food once in a month or once in after 15 days. But taking it on daily basis, it's a big problem. Similarly, so many other food items, the particular diet chart we have to follow, and that diet chart can tell us what we have to take in the morning, what we have to take in the lunch time and in dinner time on daily basis. On a particular week, diet table is there, and that daily diet table, sometime in the morning you have to eat sprouted beans, like that pea, or like that rajma, chole. All these peas we have to take one or two times in a week in the morning in sprouted form. Sprouted beans are very delicious and very suitable to manufacture protein in our body. because they can give us protein. Similarly, in the week time, in full week, in the morning time, we can take paratha in 1 or 2 time. We can take sometime bread jam, and sometime there may be halwa, and sometime there may be dalia. And these variable diets in the morning can give us more variety of that nutrients in that requirable amount. Similarly, in the lunch time, we can change the pulses on daily basis. We can change some vegetables, and we can take that chapati as well as rice in the lunch time, and we can take curd also. But most commonly, curd is said to be taken in the morning time. It is more suitable to take curd. And similarly, in the dinner time, we have to take a variety of foods for the full week. And sometime there may be kheer once in a week, the night time. That's a very delicious diet. We have to take it once in a week, not every day. Similarly, we can take chapati, some vegetables, some pulses. Some other varieties can also be added, but prefer all the items that are homemade. Don't try to focus more on outside home food, that is fast food. And sometimes we used to eat that tikki, golgappe, and so many other items we take from outside. We have to limit that, and we are wasting that, wasting our money as well as creating problem in our body. So diet that contain requirable amount of all the nutrients, whether it's carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamin, mineral, phase and water. And some of the food items that provide us raphase, you know about citrus fruit, musambi, malta, nimbu. Musambi and that santra, we used to take that, and what they provide is majority of water as well as raphase, because that part which is not indigestible, that we directly inhale, that make our food bolus, and that food bolus can be very helpful. That is very suitable to pass our stools, so that we can digest our every food item properly, and that raphase is necessary in our food also. And vitamins and minerals, they are also necessary. If we are not taking proper amount of vitamin and mineral, then they can create these diseases. So many deficiency diseases are there, which can be created by these vitamin and mineral deficiency. And sometimes some problems can arise with the excess of food. And if we are taking fat in excess, we are inviting obesity, motapa. We are inviting that particular problem in our body. And that fats, the requirable amount of that fat is digestible in our body. But if we are taking that fats in excess amount, that fat that stored under our skin, because our liver can only help to digest limited amount of fat, and rest of the fat he have to store in other parts of our body. It gets stored, and these fats can create some heart problem also, because that fat can accumulate itself in the in our blood vessels, and that can create blood flow problems. So many problems are there. So we have to take variety of foods, not only to concentrate on one kind of food only, and that one category of food that can create so many problems. And there are problems regarding carbohydrate, there are problems regarding fats, there are problems regarding deficiency of proteins. But regarding this chapter, we have only few of the deficiency diseases that are related with vitamins and minerals, and coming to the point, that is deficiency diseases. Means diseases that takes place with the deficiency of vitamin or mineral in our body. If we are not taking that vitamin or mineral in proper amount, then these problems can occur. Like I have told you some of the vitamins, and vitamin A, what it provides us? It provides us good vision. We can see everything very clearly due to this vitamin only. But if we are not taking vitamin A in our diet, then problem of night blindness can take place. Night blindness mean we can not properly see in the night, as well as when there is less intensity of light. In the evening time or after 5 or 6 p.m. we cannot even see properly, and that is considered as night blindness. That is only due to deficiency of vitamin A. Palak, that is good source of vitamin A. Similarly, vitamin B, due to deficiency of vitamin B, beriberi can take place. And the symptom of beriberi is muscle weakness and loss of working energy. All these vitamins are present in most of the vegetables. We have to take green leafy vegetables that are more suitable to take these vitamins. Similarly, vitamin C, due to deficiency of vitamin C, that the condition, that deficiency disease is scurvy. And due to scurvy, what can happen? Our gums can bleed, bleeding gums. And what other problem can? That is, healing time will increase. You understand? Healing time, ਜ਼ਖਮ ਭਰਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇਰ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ. Healing time can increase by this. Similarly, vitamin D, deficiency of vitamin D can create a condition, create a deficiency disease that is called rickets, and it's a problem of bone softening. Bones will become soft. Most of the time this condition occur in the childhood time. And similarly, if these were the vitamin deficiency that can takes place. Now if we are going for some mineral deficiency diseases, these minerals are necessary for our body: calcium, iodine and iron. They are more in amount. Calcium we take from milk, iodine we take from iodized salt, what we take in our pulses, vegetables, so many vegetables. We add that common salt. That common salt contain iodine, and iron is also necessary. That iron we take from so many vegetables. From apple, iron is very good. So sweet potato, good source of iron. So what can happen if we are not taking that food items, if we are not taking calcium in more amount, means we are not taking milk on regular basis or milk products on regular basis, then bone and teeth problems can occur. Wear and tear of bones and teeth, and that can create a problem, weakening of the bones and teeth. They become weak. Similarly, if problem of iodine, if deficiency of iodine is there, if we are not taking iodized salt, then goiter can occur. Around the neck there is swelling of our thyroid gland, which is exactly in the center of our neck, in the upper portion. So there swelling occur. Most of these problems occur in the area where there is that coastal areas, because the people used to take a common salt directly from sea, because by evaporation, I have told you previous also, by evaporation they can obtain salt from salty water, and they are using that salt without adding iodine, and due to that the goiter problem is more common in coastal areas. And swelling of the thyroid gland and neck swelling, it's a common issue of iodine deficiency. And the most common, most working people, they have problem of anemia, and this anemia is caused by the deficiency of iron, if we are not taking iron in our diet. and the person it feel weakness, heavy weakness it feel due to anemia. And if a person is more anemic, then it's very dangerous. It can the person can die due to this condition also. And due to that, he have to take his diet that contain iron also. So I've told you here about balanced diet, and if we are not taking balanced diet, then there may be deficiency diseases. Whatever the deficiency diseases I have told, and you have to be known about that. You have to know about the particular nutrient, and whatever the deficiency, the disease can take place, and what are the symptoms appear relevant there. And I have told you some of the sources of these food items also. You have to remember that also. So vitamins we get mostly from the vegetables and mostly from the pulses, and these minerals we get from some other sources. I have told you that. So this is all about the second chapter, that is components of food. Thank you.